Hello everyone and welcome back. Tonight's video I'm going to cover how to repair your ship. It's not going to be a particularly long video because it's not something that is actually really involved. It could be time consuming depending on what parts on your ship are broken and how many hit points they have. But we're just going to be starting off with repairing one of the little busy bees here, and that won't take very long. So I was actually out flight testing it, trying to determine what its max takeoff weight would be, how much ore or whatever I could throw in there and carry in my inventory, and there was a slight accident. So now it gave me an opportunity to make this video. So for any repairs, you actually need a material called scrap. And it may sound like something that you discard, but it's actually something that you have to craft from scratch. So I'm just going to press K to load up my crafting. And then on the left side here, I'm just going to search for scrap. And I'm just going to click show only doable. The nice thing about scrap is that it can be made from anything, really. Actually, I'll uncheck doable here for a second. Actually, I'll uncheck nanocrafter only for a second as well. So here's all the different types of scraps in the game. As you can see, lithium, nickel, silver, sulfur, aluminum, carbon, whatever metal you have. If you've got, I think 50 liters of it, you can make some scrap out of it. Why would you waste valuable lithium or gold or fluorine on scrap? Well, the only difference really between all the scraps is how quickly they repair things. So, like I mentioned, repairing large items can take a large time. If you have a very large ship that you're going to be taking into PvP, or if you're maybe not the best pilot and you crash often, you might want to invest in maybe some tier 2 scrap or tier 3 scrap so that you're not spending literally hours repairing all the components after a big battle or a big crash. But for most of us, especially for smaller ships like what I'm demoing here right now, just the tier 1 metals. So I just grabbed some carbon from the base there, so just because I have a lot of it for no other reason than that, and 50 liters, so I'm going to make some carbon scrap, and it actually crafts very quickly, thankfully. Okay, so now we have the carbon scrap, and usually in my videos I just refer to the tools by the tool number, because when you start the game 1 through 8 are already filled, and I don't think many people usually modify them. However, if you think back to your tutorial, the repair tool is actually the tool that you got as part of that, assuming they haven't changed the tutorial since I started anyway. So I'll say tool 9 in this, refer to it as tool 9 going forward, because that's where I think most people probably dragged it once they got it, because it was vacant when you started the game. But I just wanted to bring attention so that this is the repair tool. It looks like a little, looks like a core of a ship, and then a little welding torch there. And you can drag it down to tool 9 if you have it somewhere else or wherever you want it. I sometimes swap out the repair tool with the flatten tool actually for doing some terraforming. Anyways, so switch to the repair tool, not in build mode, and watch what happens. There, so things start lighting up. So you notice the light there is yellow, this adjuster is yellow. Going around to this side, this wing is yellow. So yellow means that it's damaged, but still operable. Red means that it is completely inoperable and won't work at all. So with tool 9, load up your inventory, find the scrap that you've made, and either double click on it to automatically load it, or you can just drag it over into one of the empty slots over here. Select your scrap with the repair tool, and then just click and hold. So in the case of the red things, that first bar that zipped across was just to restore the item to functionality. So this adjuster will technically work now, even though it only has 1 out of 50 hit points, but it won't take much damage to completely wipe it out. So now we'll just keep repairing it all the way up to full. Since this only has 50 hit points, it's not going to take very long. And there we are. As you can see, it returned to its normal color. It's no longer smoking, which is nice. And I'll just repair the other items now. And the last one. And there we are. So I still have 38 scrap left. I started with 50, so that gives you an idea that it only took 12 scrap to repair this. One thing to be aware of, if you get in a serious crash, if your command seat, whether it's a hover chair or the command seat or any of the other seats that allow you to fly a ship, if it gets destroyed, you die. Alternatively, and this hasn't happened to me, but I'm pretty sure if the core is destroyed, I think everybody on the ship dies, not just you. Again, it hasn't happened to me, but I'm pretty sure I read that that's the case, so maybe just keep that in the back of the mind. If your core is destroyed, one other thing you also need to be cognizant of is that anybody who finds your ship can then repair it and take your ship. It's a salvaging feature of the game. So if you get in a serious crash and you think, whatever, I'll go repair it tomorrow, that's fine, but maybe go look at the ship and just make sure that the core itself isn't destroyed. If everything else is all wrecked, it's no big deal as long as the core is functional. Just repair it back up to functionality, that way no one can salvage it and take it from you, and then you're good to go. Anyways, thanks very much for tuning in. Just a quick video here on repairing, because I know that everybody's going to take some damage at the start, especially when they're learning to fly their starter speeder. So thanks for coming by. If you liked the video, then click the like button, and if you want to be notified of any future videos that I make, then make sure to follow. Have a good night.